Hi, my name is Kate. This is going to be a short sequence designed to target the neck and shoulder area to address any sort of tightness or tension in that area. Hopefully do a little bit of releasing any kind of tension or tightness, some stretching, some strengthening, all of that to help you better through your day. Sit up tall, proper posture, and sort of aligning the joints to try to avoid some of that tension that can creep in throughout the day. So I would grab a towel, a hand towel or a dish towel, or if you have a yoga strap or a belt, just something that you're going to be able to use as we do some of our shoulder opening. So first thing is come onto your back, right? And you're going to relax the arms, spin the palms up, let the outer edges of the feet roll down towards the ground. And try to lengthen and deepen the breath. Notice as you try to breathe more deeply into the belly, how it rises and falls with the rhythm of the breath. And see if you can use the inhale to create more of a feeling of space and openness in the body. And use the exhales to continually soften and release any tension you might be finding, right? Releasing the shoulders down, away from the ears, softening the muscles of the face, relaxing the jaw. Good. You're going to try to keep this steady, even flow of breath as we move in and out of some of these stretches and exercises. So bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and roll to one side. And you're going to prep up the head with your bottom hand. See if you can get the thumb really at the base of the skull, so that in a sense you're pulling the base of the skull away from the base of the neck, right? And soften the shoulder down towards your hip. Good. And just get that length through the underside of the neck. Relax the head. You can have the legs straight or the knees bent, whichever is more comfortable. Good. And then release. Use your bottom arm there, your bicep, as a pillow. And then bend your elbow and take that hand to the base of your neck. Good. Take your top arm up, spin the palm back behind you, bend that elbow. And you want the back of your hand to kind of start at the base of the spine. And then see if you can slide it up. Right, like your fingers were reaching towards the other fingers. And it doesn't matter if they touch or even come close, but you want that idea. And pull the shoulders onto the back. And then you're gonna roll onto your back so that you're pinning your arms underneath you, right? And the weight of the head is opening that shoulder that was closer to the ground, right? And the weight of the back of your ribs, or maybe closer to your mid-back, is pinning what was your top arm. So you're using the weight of the body to pin the arms to open the shoulders. And then notice, you want to also resist any temptation to puff your front ribs and arch your low back. So pull the abs in, think plank, right? So in addition to a shoulder opening, you might be feeling some mild core work here. Send your tailbone towards the backs of your heels. Again, knit your front ribs together. Pull your navel back to your spine. Relax. Use the weight of the head onto the arm. And breathe. Good. And I like to do this variation first. We'll kind of revisit this shape again. But in a way, this is kind of your easiest opening variation because you have the weight of the body helping you really open the shoulders here. Good. And then roll back onto your side. Release the arms. And you can log roll straight onto the other side if you want. I'm going to switch sides just so that my back isn't to you. But again, you know what we're doing. It's not complicated. If you need to look at the screen, you can certainly just roll onto your second side. And then same idea, right? As you relax the head into the hands, try to pull the base of the skull away from the base of the neck. So you're really making space, creating extra length through the neck. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Then release. Use the arm as a pillow for a moment. Bend the elbow. Pat yourself on the back at the base of the neck. Take that top arm up. Spin your palm back behind you. Bend that elbow. And then slide the back of the hand up the back little by little. Reaching fingertips towards each other. Doesn't matter if they touch or come close. And then roll onto your back, pinning the arms underneath you. And then once you get onto your back, don't forget to engage the abs, lengthen the spine. Keep pressing the backs of the shoulders down into the ground, widening those collarbones. And it's a lot of things going on. You want to drop the shoulders out of the ears and also widen across the front of the chest. And then keep that as you knit the front ribs together. Drop the navel down to the spine and lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Couple breaths. Good. Roll back onto your side. Release the arms. Press yourself back to a comfortable seat. Now, if the hamstrings are tight or the hips, you might sit on something, a folded blanket, if you have a block, anything that you have, but you want to be able to find a comfortable seated position where your back is going to be straight. And the more you elevate the hips, if the hips are tighter or the hamstrings, the better off you'll be. So you want the shoulders stacked over the hips and the ears over the shoulders. And make sure to have your towel handy. Good. So then reach one arm up, drape it over the top of the head, and without pulling, I just want you to really relax the arm so that, again, you're getting this length through the side of the neck. Good. And then release. And then take that left arm, wrap it under your right, and then pull towards your left shoulder and look to your right. Good. Back to center, right? And if the hands don't touch, you can also do this by grabbing your outer shoulders, right? The idea is you're going to move the elbow joints, right? So either way, start to make circles with those elbows. You're loosening up the upper back, the base of the neck, where the tips of the shoulder blades meet. And this is about range of motion. So fight for as big of a circle as you can get without it being about circling from the waist, right? Both sides of the waist are staying nice and long. We're isolating the upper third of the spine. Good. Nice. And then release. And you're gonna take your towel into your right hand, reach it up, bend the elbow, slide the towel or the strap or whatever you're using down the spine, right? This is the same shape as before, but this time you don't have the body weight helping you. So it's gonna ask more core engagement out of you. And then reach around for the bottom of the towel. And if your fingertips easily touch, then you can let go of the towel or the strap. If not, keep a hold of it. Sit up tall, pull the abs in, press the back of the head into the arm, and breathe. Good. And then release the towel. You're gonna lean over to the left. Drive through your right hip, your right sitting bone. Good, roll the chest up. And then inhale, come back to center. Good. So, second side. Again, without pulling, you're just dropping the ear, flopping the arm, and then relaxing the arm. So the natural weight helps create the length through the side of the neck. And then it's important again here to breathe. Good. And then release. And then you're going to scoop that right arm under the left, either grabbing the outer shoulders or wrapping the arms. Pull the elbows over to the right, look left. See if you can drop the shoulders and scoop the elbows up to the height of the shoulders. Good. And then back to center. Start to make those circles with the elbows. Right? Full range without allowing the entire torso to get involved. Right? It's upper back, base of the neck we're dealing with, and then other direction. Good. And then you're gonna lean, roll the chest up, drive into that left hip. Good. And then come up. So look around. If you have a wall nearby, that's great. You can stand and do this. If you have a piece of furniture like a bureau or a couch even, or a dresser, anything. But you want to stand or kneel or sit arms distance away from your wall or your upright structure. And you want to extend your arm directly out from the shoulder and press. So you don't want something that's going to move. Like a lighter chair is not great. But if it's an armchair against a wall, like I said, or a side of a couch or an end table that's not going to move, a dresser or a wall. And then start to turn slowly away from the hands. But don't let the shoulder lift or roll forward. You're only going to turn away as far as you can. Keep the collarbone wide and the shoulder down. And feel the back of the shoulder blade driving into the body and moving towards the chest. Breathe. Sit up tall or kneeling, stay upright. If you're standing, chest lifted, shoulders down. Good. And then slowly unwind. And then turn. Right? Opposite arm. Same idea. You want to extend. You need to be 1 arm's length away from the wall or your structure. So you can flatten your hand. Actively press the wall or the furniture away from you. And then start to slowly turn away from the hand. Keep sliding the shoulder blade down the back. Keep widening the collarbone. And you just want to feel the shoulder blade moving into the body towards the sternum, towards the front of the chest. And breathe. Good. Okay. And then come back to center. Release the hand from the wall. Come to all fours. Good. And shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. And then inhale, pull the chest forward. And again, you want to feel the tips of the shoulder blades driving into the body towards the front of the chest. And then dome the upper back and drop the crown of the head. Good. And just move with the breath. Sort of articulating along the spine. So it's not particularly helpful to speed this up. Good. And then come to a neutral spine. Think plank or upper push-up position. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, move into downward facing dog. Now, I want you to try to get the back straight. If that means your knees are bent a little or a lot, fine, great. I don't care how straight the legs are. I care about you firming the arms, right? Lifting the shoulders out of the ears, letting the head hang. And lifting the hips high. Good, and again, breathe here. It's going to be released for your low back as well. But again, mostly in this sequence, we're focused on the head and the neck and the shoulders and the upper back. Good, then walk your hands back to your feet. Keep your knees soft. Fold. Maybe clasp elbows here. Check in with the neck, maybe nod no, yes. Good, release the elbows, keep the knees soft. Again, articulate up the spine. Roll the shoulders back. Good. So you're gonna walk yourself to the top of the mat. And your right foot stays forward. You're gonna step that left foot back and come to sort of a warrior one shape. So angle your back foot so that that left big toe is facing the front left corner of the mat. Not even 45 degrees, probably more like 30. And then try to square the hips as you bend the front knee. You want to point your hips directly forward. Good. Now, interlace fingers or hook thumbs. If neither is possible, go back to your towel, right, and use the towel between the hands. Cool? And then drop your tailbone, lift your chest. Again, the tips of the shoulder blades are moving into the body, pushing the heart up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're gonna keep the bend in the front knee. Keep the hips square towards the front. Drop the head. Reach the arms up and over. Again, let the head hang. Good. Inhale, come up. Release the arms up. Hands down. Step back to plank. Lift your hips up to downward facing dog. Your choice. You can walk the hands back to the feet again. If you'd like to, this time bend your knees, lift your heels, step or hop forward. And then slowly roll all the way up. Again, shoulders back, stand up tall. Your left foot is forward this time. Your right foot steps back. Angle the foot 30, no more than 45 degrees. Square the hips. Bend that front knee. Use the towel if it's helpful. Interlace fingers or hook thumbs. Drop your tailbone. Move the tips of the shoulder blades in and up. Good. And then fold forward. Keep hugging the left hip into center. All right, fighting for that balance. Lifting the navel to the spine, letting the head hang freely. Lifting the shoulders up out of the ears, and then maybe moving the arms closer towards the floor. Good. Release. Press into the feet. Come back up. Arms up. Hands to the mat. Plank, upper push-up position. Step back. Good. And then lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Let the head hang. Good. Again, soften the knees, walk the hands back to the feet. This time, instead of clasping elbows, keep the knees soft. Interlace your fingers behind the head. And again, just gently, there's no active pulling. You're just using the weight of the arms to add a little extra weight to the skull. To lengthen the neck, the upper back opens as you breathe into those back ribs. Good. Release the arms. Slowly roll all the way up. Good. You're going to step wide this time, so maybe turn sideways. Feet are parallel, maybe slightly even pigeon-toed. Arms up, big inhale. Exhale, fold over the legs. The tendency is going to be to shift the hips way back and let all the weight go into the heels. Try to keep the weight in the balls of the feet as you fold. Let the head hang. You can walk the hands back between the legs. You can pop onto your fingertips, maybe bending your elbows, but your head is hanging freely. You're lifting the shoulders up out of the ears, squeezing the tips of the shoulder blades. Good. Inhale, come to a flat back. Pop onto your fingertips. Bend your knees if you need to. Take your left hand right underneath your nose. Take your right arm up, twist. Switch. Good. Start to heel toe the feet back in line with the hips. Again, slowly roll all the way up. Take some shoulder rolls, both directions. Good. You're going to step back to the top of the mat. Reach up. Fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Bend the knees, ground the palms, step back to that plank upper push-up position, and then lower to the ground. Again, now pop onto your fingertips, pull the shoulders back. Let your forehead rest for the moment on the ground. Because you're not going to just shorten the back of the neck and lift the head. That's important. I want you to think of the neck as an extension of the rest of your spine. From here, start from the foundation. Press into the tops of the feet, tops of the thighs. Lift the navel to the spine. Squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades. Good. From here, I just want you to float the hands. So you're making the arms into sort of a cactus shape. And then inhale, pull the chest forward and lower down. Good, 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your ears in line with your shoulders. 9, 10. Hold. Maybe hook thumbs behind the back or interlace fingers. Use your towel if you need to. Extend the arms. Float the tops of the feet. Keep the pinky toe sides of the feet rolling down to the ground. Pull the chest forward and breathe. Get as long as you can. It's not about how high you are up off the ground, but lengthening your tailbone, lengthening through the chest, and then release. And turn the head to one side. Again, lengthen the neck. And then other side. Good. Back to center. You're going to press back to a child's pose. So, hips to heels. Good. Reach the arms forward. Spin the palms up. And just breathe into the back of the heart. Good. Spin the palms back down. Lift the hips up. Once again, find a comfortable seat, sitting on something if that's helpful. I want you to take some neck rolls. Both directions. And then let the head just float on top of the neck. Ears, shoulders, hips stacked. Breathe. When you're ready, blink open your eyes. Take a deep breath in, sigh it out, drop the shoulders. Awesome. I hope you feel a little bit more open, a little bit longer, a little freer, especially in the neck and shoulder area. And I look forward to seeing you again. My name is Kate, and I will be posting a number of different sequences to address different parts of the body as time goes on. So keep an eye out. Thanks a lot. See you soon.